It's late at night. It's late at night. I've got my little blanket because it's getting cold. But I thought I'd get back into the habit of staying up a little later. I was just watching Gasbot's video in which he was pointing out like the whole tossing and turning and not going to sleep but not doing any work on the comic book, and it's so true. So I thought like, okay, that's it. Tonight, at least half an hour. I mean, if I have time to watch this YouTube channel about movies for an hour, of course I should have time for my comic book. And I've been getting a lot of really nice comments lately about I've been getting a lot of really nice comments from artists who are just tuned into my series of 100 Days of Making Comics. Every day I try and set aside half an hour to an hour to work on my personal comic book project. And because of the holidays and working in hospitality, it kind of grinded to a halt almost. Just the work itself, the workload and the commute, and then afterwards the recovery, because I was beat. But we are getting back into it. This week it hasn't been daily just yet, and to be honest, it's just because of my uploads and like internet problems. But I've been on it like 3 days, so I got some stuff going. But I thought for this one I would do a little bit of writing, and I'm only, well, here's the thing. So to me, this looks like a zombie. Which, of course, you may think like, oh, dude, you're taking some inspiration from someone. But I've got a slight twist on the whole zombie thing. I'm not a big fan of zombies, to be honest. I like The Walking Dead. I really like what Oz is doing. Oz. Jesus, can't even speak. But like the whole, I definitely have a case of zombie fatigue from time to time, especially in video games. And I love me some video games, but it's especially in video games that I'm like, oh, really? I guess Halo ruined it for me. So, what I was thinking, and what I want to put in the middle of my story here, it's the middle part. So there is a biomechanical weapon in my story, and it latches onto people. And so the idea is that this is to build some kind of armor for some kind of super soldier in some kind of science fiction setting. But the way they discover it and the way they so what I've been thinking is like the way they discover it, because obviously as I've pointed out in other videos, at this installation they realized what they were getting up to and how it was getting out of hand, and they lost control. So words are hard. They tried to destroy the whole thing, the whole project. And so what I was thinking is, it's not like people just find the armor, if you will. This is like some kind of sentient, non-sentient being that takes over people their bodies. And tries to grow in number like it did before. And so my twist on the whole zombie thing is that, so the horrible thing about, one of the horrible things about zombies is, of course, that they are people. And now they are mindless, and they're coming for you, and they're going to kill you. And they could be your friends. They could be people down the road. They could, they might be people you recognize. Like, that was one of the things, like, especially in The Walking Dead, that in season 1, there's that one episode where this guy wants to put his wife out of misery. It's just grueling, right? But the thing is, like, they're mindless. They're not themselves anymore. They just look like people you remember, right? And so I kind of thought, because the way I developed the armor is backwards. Like, I made like some superhero designs, and then I started trying to come up with ways of explaining how the suit of armor worked. And then eventually I kind of broke it down like, okay, so they've got these worm-like appendages that latch onto the body over the muscles, form layers like an armor, but they really augment with strength and all that stuff. But so if they were to be half sentient and take over a body, because they're not complete, so they're not fully functioning, so you got the stumbling zombie kind of thing. But in this, so in these appendages, just bring that up a little closer. What I'm thinking is, unlike zombies, these people are fully aware. They can't stop themselves. Their muscles are being taken over by electric shocks to move them forward and to make them do the bidding of some AI that is forming slowly, putting itself back together again. And so that is the grotesque horror, if you will, that these people, their bodies have literally been taken over, and they're moving ever forward to some plan that they don't know. And if it means killing people who are trying to stop them, even if those are loved ones, then they can't stop themselves from having to watch themselves do these horrible things. That is one of the horrific things that I want to put in the story. That is going to be heartbreaking. So yeah, so I guess this is kind of the one drawing I want to encapsulate this in. Let's see if we can add something more. So I had a video yesterday, video number 38, and 38 ran into the usual internet problems I have at this house. So it took forever to upload, and I was gonna add some music online and like do all the stuff, and then I just thought to myself, okay, screw this, it's just going up without music. People can play their own music, because this is just like, I don't have the time. Today I did another 12-hour shift, which I've mentioned recently. I'm taking on some more responsibilities at work. Looks like I'm getting some sort of promotion, which is interesting, to say the least. But this week that's already shown meant taking on a lot of extra hours. Oh Jesus, I just remembered. Oh no. Yeah, so speaking of extra responsibilities, I have a list to write before tomorrow, and it is right now 1:30 a.m. Great. Oh well. I didn't forget about it. I just got home. I was watching Gazbot on the bus. He's got an hour-long video. I hope one day I'll be able to do that too. Create enough content, have fun putting it together. And above all, be able to upload it. So getting some nice feedback from on videos from the start of this series obviously made me have quick glances at some earlier videos I made, and it was really nice actually to see like the momentum it had, some of the ideas that are still in my mind, but like I haven't really followed up on them because there was other stuff to do, which is fine. But there was a couple of ideas in particular where, well, there's two things. One, a few videos, quite some videos ago, I was walking around London looking for inspiration, looking at buildings, and I was going to photo bash a whole bunch of stuff. So that photo bashing never quite happened. But the drawing the installation based on those pictures, if I don't have a lot of time, I could still do that. I still really want to do that. So that was a nice little reminder. Other little reminders I got. Well, another thing that kind of stood out was, so I was really thinking about style again. And so watching some earlier videos in which I was drawing in one of these books. This should really go in the other book, actually, come to think of it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And looking at the style and how I was just doing it like without too much thinking, just like 20 minutes at a time, half an hour at a time. That's it, tops. I'm like, what's wrong with that style? Like, what's wrong with how I was just making stuff up as I went along? Looked great. I really enjoyed drawing it. It was fast. But I guess I've just been experimenting a little bit. Like yesterday, it's a bit darker. That Wanderer picture, I'm not really too happy how it came out at the end. There was a bunch of stuff where I was just drawing in a particular way that made me draw a particular comic booky kind of way where I'm like, this doesn't work. I've never liked it when people draw like this. Now I'm doing it myself. It doesn't work. It doesn't look good. For most of these drawings, I don't draw from reference. I just go at it. I guess I've practiced long enough. But like I could definitely do a little bit of referencing. So maybe that's what I need to do.
something horrific. This hair is all messed up. It should clearly be here, but fine, we'll make it work.
I really like drawing like this because it's kind of like just having fun and like, how should I put it? You know, the whole half-hour thing really pushes me, and it's good, and it's just the right time limit, because I don't have a lot of time at the moment. So, but I'm also tired of not getting anything done this past week, when really, like, it's not like I don't have the time. I did when I started, and it's, so yeah, no excuses.
Somebody's here. Science fiction corridor. Yeah, something like that. So we're good here. So yes.
Because it's a cool word. Or like appendages. Limited AI. Take over muscles. Sentience grows in number in the beginning. That means goal is only to grow in number, then form full AI control. The horror is watching loved ones fully aware do horrible things. Okay, this is really horrible writing, but what I just talked about. The terror is the body taken over and growing in sophistication. Okay, oh, don't fall. Don't fall. Scene ID. Scene idea. The groans, screams are their way of warning would be victims. Why? We've come some way. So here we are, from day 22 to day 39. Still not fully written, but I think I'm back on track, working on this every day and getting my videos up almost every day. The internet gods willing, but no excuses. You guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments. I really appreciate it. It really helps. And I'll be seeing you in your comment section on your videos. Good night.